As our population grows, our hunger for electricity increases. A challenge echoes across the globe. How can we power our homes without harming the planet? In recent years, solar power has surged in popularity. Sarawak, keeping pace with Sabah and Peninsular Malaysia, has also embraced solar energy as a pivotal force in its commitment to renewable power. In this episode, we'll explore the economics of solar adoption at homes. Is it worth the cost? How do we ensure that homeowners who generate excess solar power receive fair compensation? And do you know that solar panels can also produce clean water out of thin air? Meet Dr. Abang Hatta, the driving force behind Gabungan Bina Jurutenaga Sendirian Berhad. Together with his team, they dissect data, debate strategies, and sketch blueprints to contribute to the energy landscape in Sarawak.
My name is Dr. Abang Hatta. I'm the Managing Director of Gabungan Binaan Jurutenaga Sendirian Berhad, or GBJ, or Gabungan for short. Personally, I would say I've been fascinated by solar PV ever since my undergraduate days in the 70s. Of course, when you look at it, solar energy is free. In a way, it's God-given, if you may say so. Even though there's some capital expenses that you need to come up with to buy the solar panels, the inverters, and the rest of the equipment. But by having solar PV supply, you are actually generating power, which you sell to the grid.
As a responsible property developer, GBJ collaborates closely with Sarawak Energy, the state-owned utility company. For Sarawak Energy, it is crucial that both the public and organizations adhere to the guidelines and comprehend to the Net Energy Metering (NEM) scheme. This scheme enables the generation of electricity from solar photovoltaic PV systems. The NEM scheme credits direct PV system owners for the electricity they contribute to the grid.
Net energy metering is a billing mechanism whereby the customer have the opportunity to have their bill credit on to the excess of the electricity that they produce or they inject into the distribution system. So for Sarawak NEM, we emphasize on the grid connected photovoltaic system to be integrated under this NEM. So for example, any customer that have solar photovoltaic on their rooftop, whenever they sign into this NEM system, so they are eligible to something like to have their energy credit to the system.
If a residential consumer has a PV system on their rooftop, it may generate more electricity than the home consumes during daylight hours. The rollout of the NEM scheme in Sarawak aims to promote renewable energy usage and conserve non-renewable energy at the consumer level.
1 meter is for the power supply produced from the rooftop solar, which goes straight to the grid. The other one is the normal supply from the grid to the household loads. And then at the end of the day, you plus or minus from the readings to work out how much you owe SEB or SEB credits due to you.
So in the meantime, some, for example, the locals or the villagers who are not very aware of the technical can see A minus B
Yes,
amount.
it would be easier for them to understand rather than a black box of a smart
Yes.
meter.
So So it's more obvious for the people, for the end user to understand where the electricity come from or where it generates to, isn't it?
For household, for domestic use, rooftop solar would be ideal. In terms of, at the end of the day, the household owners can earn from there. With the new government policy where any excess power generated from your roof, you can sell to Sarawak Energy for cash.
So let's say they have, for this month, they have excess energy, like 10 kilowatt hour being injected into the system. Then the bill will be credited 10 kilowatt hour into their bill. And then for next month, if they have, if they use something like 5 kilowatt hour per se for that month, and then it will be deduct from that 10 kilowatt hour. So they have excess of that 5 kilowatt hour. So this thing will be rolling into the next month. So they have some saving on their electricity consumption.
The mechanism of NEM will allow electricity users who had installed solar panels at their home or premises to reduce electricity bills and hence create savings. The credits shall be allowed to roll over for a maximum of 24 months. In today's world, it's not only about clean and renewable power, it's also about economics, the delicate balance between kilowatts and cents. For Dr. Abang Hatta, there's no better place to experience the heartbeat of solar energy and explore the intricacies of the net energy metering and EM system than within the comfort of his own home.
Welcome to my humble abode. So here is my house where I have the net energy metering system installed. This house is a kind of pilot project for SEB for the net energy metering system to start with. So what I have here, I've installed solar panels on the rooftop. From there, DC current derived from the solar panels is brought down to the inverter. Come, let's go and have a look at where this equipment are.
Dr. Hatta's house served as a pilot project, eventually forming the core of Hampton Residences, the first innovative smart housing area in Sarawak to adopt the solar net energy metering and EM scheme. These residences are equipped with solar PV panels that seamlessly integrate with the Sarawak electricity grid.
The solar panels are up on the roof. From there it produces DC current. Then it's brought back here to this inverter, which converts the DC to AC. Okay. From here, the AC goes to this here, which is the breaker, which allows you to isolate the PV system from the main system should you need to do any work on it. So from here, it goes as AC, it goes to the meter, the PV meter outside the gate there, and it's connected to the grid.
Bidirectional meter measures energy used and excess energy produced. In average household consumption, a washer or a dryer consume 13% of energy, air conditioner consume 47% of energy, kitchen appliances can consume up to 10% of energy, while electronics and lightings on average consume 16% and 14% of energy respectively.
So this is where the two meters I was talking about just now. One is the PV meter, where the supply from the solar panel that goes through the inverter comes to this meter. From the meter, it goes to the grid, connected directly to the grid. The bottom meter is the normal household meter straight from the grid to the housing load.
For utility companies, instead of seeing solar companies as competitors, they are actually working together to produce more clean energy in the future. Solar energy lowers the stress on the electricity grid, and in the long run, the reduced grid stress translates into lower operating costs for utility companies thanks to reduced maintenance expenses.
Sarawak Energy will not have the negative impact from the installation of solar PV system at the customer premise because from our perspective, we will reduce the stress from our distribution system. And then it also enhance grid system efficiency for our particular distribution system.
Okay, this is our Sakura development. This particular model shows the semi-detached. The thing about this development is this is going to be our first one that includes rooftop solar. I think for this one, SEB has agreed to allocate 5 kilowatt peak per unit. For this project, the consultant has come up with the system impact study and have submitted to Sarawak Energy for their approval.
Malaysia is demonstrating a robust commitment to renewable energy, attracting both domestic and international investors. At the same time, Sarawak government envisioned to transform the state into a regional renewable energy powerhouse, promoting educational programs and courses within the industry. In line with this vision, GBJ has collaborated with the University of Technology Sarawak (UTS) and Antara Technology Academy to create a dedicated training center.
One of the things there is on solar design and installation. So they come up with the idea and they call in GACS from Australia. So they call him to Kuching, they have a discussion, and about last year, so they come up with this three entity, and they set up this training school. The body in charge will be the EIU, Electrical Inspectorate Unit. This is a unit under Ministry of Utility, Sarawak. So we need more people, the designer and installation for this project. So that's how we come up with this training center and to help the government to put more competent person in the market.
Students can learn all these theories online within 1 to 2 months, depending on their availability. However, to obtain the academy certificate and become a certified installer, students must physically attend the exam at the training center.
Kami akan mengajar untuk design installation of off-grid dengan on-grid system. Untuk off-grid system memang kami akan design, ajar untuk macam mana start dengan load profile, lepas tu kami akan terus mengajar untuk macam mana design dia punya bateri, macam mana design dia punya PV system based on inverter, based on dia punya load lah. Lepas tu yang kami akan tekankan mostly is the safety part supaya sistem ni boleh generate power yang diperlukan untuk load tu. Bezaan untuk off-grid dengan on-grid ialah bateri. Sebab on-grid dia memang sudah connect dengan grid, jadi kami tak perlukan another supply dari bateri lah. So on-grid dia cuma akan belajar part panel dengan part inverter. Yang ni dia punya SMU untuk data collection, kita boleh collect data dari dia punya SD card. Lepas tu sini ialah supply dari inverter tadi, dia AC supply. Lepas tu dari supply inverter tadi dia boleh pergi ke MCB load. Ya, dari sini dia akan supply ke MSB. Dari sini dia akan supply AC power ke overhead lah, ke rumah ataupun mana-mana load lah yang ada. Kami akan ajar practical, which is installation part lah. Installation part dia akan pergi ke bay untuk belajar macam mana nak connect kabel, untuk terminate kabel, untuk connect mana terminal PV, macam mana nak install PV ke mounting system, macam mana nak install PV ke rooftop, and semua tu lah. Lepas tu dari kat sini juga student-student akan ambil final exam. Dari situ, lepas tu kalau mereka dah boleh pass final exam, mereka boleh terima sertifikat lah dari Antira.
By choosing licensed installer, consumers can rest easy knowing that their solar systems will be installed and maintained by experts adhering to the highest standards of quality and safety. With each passing day, the state moves steadfastly in the right direction, embracing green technology and innovation as the cornerstones of its journey. Solar panels have incredible potential beyond just generating electricity. Did you know that they can also produce clean water from the air?
There are the fans that draw in the air through this air filter, and then it goes over the desiccant material which absorbs water from the air until it gets saturated. When it gets saturated, the heat from the solar thermal will release the water as vapor. The water vapor, after a while, as it gets into the main compartment, will condense and drop into the tank. The fans are all powered by PV solar that pumps water from the tank here to the dispenser, are also powered by solar PV. So from here it goes onto the pipe, it goes to the dispenser there. So we'll have a look at the dispenser.
Not only these hydro panels are cost-effective as they eliminate the need for the construction of infrastructure and transportation of water, their environmental impact is also very low as they are fully powered by the sun.
So the water from the tanks at the hydro panel gets pumped to this dispenser through a filter and a remineralizer, and the water that comes out here is high quality mineral water. So this is it. Cheers.
Cheers to another great innovation for humanity. In Sarawak, the government is committed to achieving full coverage of clean water for the entire region. Despite their efforts, some rural areas in schools where aging pipes have reached unsafe levels of lead into drinking water, there are still issues in accessing clean drinking water. To address this, GBJ Sundrian Berhad has explored the use of source hydro panels, a technology first discovered at Arizona State University. These innovative panels harness sunlight and air to create sustainable drinking water. Not only does this provide a reliable water source, but it also contributes to reducing plastic bottle usage. In an effort to demonstrate its efficiency, Dr. Abang Hatta and his team have incorporated this initiative into their corporate social responsibility CSR project at SMK Baleh in Kapit, Sarawak. By leveraging solar energy, these panels offer a solution to the global water crisis, benefiting communities and the environment alike. So how does it work?
The response has been fantastic. They would want more of this. So we just limit it to the schools, just because we've been doing projects at the schools and we know what's happening there. So we try, by doing the CSR projects, we try to see how this can help the teachers, the school children, and indeed it has. to the extent that the nearby villagers also come to the school to ask for this water.
Despite solar energy's potential in terms of massive energy production efficiency, hydropower holds a slight advantage. In Sarawak, solar power is projected to contribute only 1% of the electricity supply by 2030, as the state's social and economic development will continue to rely on sustainable large hydropower, complemented by gas-powered generation for higher efficiency.
Aspiration from Sarawak Energy perspective, the aspiration is that we hope that people of Sarawak will participate in these NEM initiatives. So, because it will enhance our state aspiration towards sustainability and net zero, or under this post-COVID development strategy 2030. So I think it is high time for us to support the state government initiative on this.
In the face of upcoming challenges, Dr. Hatta and his committed team are poised to delve into further innovations for the future. Other than recognizing the importance of nurturing fresh talents, they also remain steadfast in broadening their research horizons and pursuing novel inventions that can positively impact society. No matter what the future holds, it's clear that Sarawak is charting a course towards a brighter, more sustainable future. The challenges we face are great. Now more than ever, we need visionaries and heroes like Dr. Abang Hatta and his team to harness their creativity and ingenuity in service of our planet. Thank you for joining us on this journey and for your commitment to a greener, more sustainable world. Be sure to tune in to the next episodes as we continue to explore the frontiers of innovation and technology.